I'm Healing Wolf from Healing Wolf Coaching, and I've walked through hell. In many cases, you take a walk through hell, you feel really alone. And I did. I had friends, I had coaches, I had advocates on the way. But all the same, it felt like a really lonely walk. So through really blazing, hellacious conditions. So I want to put out these videos, and other coaches put out videos too, so that you don't feel alone. You can be here with me, and you can know that you're going to get through this. So let's take a deep breath in, breathing in confidence, filling our lungs with oxygen, confidence, and exhaling doubt. The pain-fear loop. Why do they call it the pain-fear loop? What is the pain-fear loop? First of all, it's natural to fear pain. For pain to cause you to fear it, to not want it, to retreat from it, that's by ancient design. Back in the day when your ancestors were fighting in wars or living in tribes that were fighting against animals, large animals, and trying to kill those animals, killing those animals for survival. The animals were attacking them. Who knows? You could have been saber-toothed tiger tribe, and you're out with the saber-toothed tiger. So if your tiger scratches you, it's natural to fear that pain and to retreat from that if you can, get out of there. So it's by ancient design. So it's not your fault. There's nothing you need to do about that. The design worked well in ancient times, and it works well now. If you have a broken bone or you have some other issue, something's biting you, then yeah, it makes good sense to have acute pain. But if you have chronic pain that keeps going and you begin to fear it and wonder if you're going to get out of it, how long is it going to take? You have focus on that. You create this pain-fear loop where more fear creates more pain, because that fear is telling your unconscious mind essentially that you need more protection from some kind of predator. What predator? Well, it's the pain itself. The pain itself is feeding back into the idea of a predator. There's no predator. You look around your room, you don't see any tiger or crocodile. You don't see a fire. You don't see a flood. There's nothing happening that endangers you in any way. And yet mind says, oh, I need protection because there's fear happening here. And the fear is about the pain. So the more you fear it, the mind gets programmed to process fear as a signal. And then that creates more pain. And then the pain can ramp up over time, and can ramp up pretty quickly depending on how intense that fear is. That's exactly what happened to me. I wasn't too afraid. I went to the doctor, but then the doctor started saying things about how long the pain had been there, and let's take some steroid prednisone, let's do all this stuff, these scans, you're in the MRI, the X-ray, and over time the fear grew when the medical interventions didn't do anything. In fact, they made it worse because of the fear. So when we try to stop or fix the pain, or even feel angry or frustrated at pain, unconscious mind reads that as a threat and then creates more. So this is why, in my opinion, medical approaches rarely bring more than temporary relief. They rarely do. Because you might get a little relief from a little pharmaceutical. You might feel a little more lighthearted on a pharmaceutical like a benzodiazepine or an opioid. You might feel a little more like you don't care that the pain's there. And that can help, depending on your relationship with your doctor, give you a little momentum to do the kind of work that I'm teaching you to do, that I work with clients to help them do. So that medicalization process is one where you're feeding that pain-fear loop. The doctors say stuff, the doctors say different things, you get confused. You're like, why, if the one doctor said to do a shot or to take a steroid, this actually happened to me. The one doctor, the one physiatrist was saying, oh, you should do these things to lower your inflammation. Then the smarter doctor said, I don't know why that other doctor had you taking steroids, because I have your blood tests right here. Your CRP levels are normal, even low. So you don't have systemic inflammation. So why take a systemic steroid, right? So you're getting like, oh, wow, this doctor's trying this, that. I had 6 physical therapists until I reached the last one, who was a pain specialized physical therapist. All the other ones were having me do exercises, and they weren't explaining to me the process of fear around the increase of sensations that is a natural part of recovery. So that recovery response, which some people call flares, normal, so that's the pain fear loop. How do you break out of it? There's lots of techniques to break out of it. There's lots of things I work with my clients to do to drop that fear down. And the number one thing that we want to achieve here is to realize that even though you might be experiencing pain, chronic pain, that you're actually relatively healthy. You're actually, if you got checked out by your doctors, you're relatively healthy. And you are not harming yourself when you do things with pain. You're not, you might be hurting, but you're not harming. And that's a big distinction that can start to break that down. You can listen to recovery stories. You can learn about this whole process. You can read scientific papers like the Boulder Back Pain Study and realize that this stuff is coming from your brain, from your unconscious mind, and you can get better. So if you'd like to work with me to get better, head over to my website at healingwolfcoaching.com and sign up for a free consult call where you'll tell me what's going on, and I will tell you, in my opinion, the best strategy of how we're going to move forward to get you better. Please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and comment. Let me know if you've experienced the pain fear loop and how you've done great work to get out of it. Maybe you have some tips that I've never heard of, and I'd love to hear them. So thanks for watching, and thanks for contributing to the community.